If you're a runner who's struggling with injury, struggling to get back out on the roads, this video can definitely help you. Hi everyone, Steve Gonzer, physical therapist with RunSmart Online. Had a patient today and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to go live and talk to you about them because although this patient, like I always say, is unique, but she says a lot of the same things that I hear from a lot of runners. And when runners make this mistake, it leads to a lot of frustration. It leads to you not getting back to running sooner. So whether you're injured now or not injured, this video does apply to you because you will be at this point at some point in your running, so I think this will help. So just kind of store it back there if you're running healthy right now. Real quick, if you want more help with your running, be sure to check out the RunSmart app. I put a link in this post. This kind of correlates with our injury management protocol, our injury management blueprint that's inside the RunSmart app that correlates with all our strength workouts and things. So here's a story. A runner is coming back from injury and she's talking to me. She's like, well, I'm like sore all the time. I'm continually sore. And when I asked her, and I did some digging, I asked her how much she was running. She's like, well, I get to about 2 miles and I start to feel it. And then I can keep going, but once I get to 3, I'm almost limping a little bit, but by the next day I'm fine again. And so I'll wait a day and then I'll do it again. And I'm stuck in this rut and I'm plateaued and I just can't seem to get past this 2 to 3 mile mark. And we did some digging and we talked to her about, or I talked to her about, if you're going to recover from injury quickly, you need to sometimes get out of your own way. You need to push up your threshold from the bottom and not pull it up from the top. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is how do you affect your threshold with running injuries? Because it can be very frustrating where every time you go out, and most runners are just like this, they cross their fingers, they hope this is a run where they feel normal, and it doesn't matter if it's your knee, your ankle, your hip, whatever, this all applies because it's just a principle of injury. So what you need to do is establish your threshold. A lot of runners will always push it a little bit. So imagine, this is very arbitrary, but imagine this is your threshold for running. Anything below this point is okay. Anything above this starts to get you sore, and the farther you go up, the worse you get. So what most runners do is they'll run, and they'll get to the point like this runner who was at 2 miles, and she's like, yeah, I start to feel it, I start to get a little sore at 2, but then I push it to 3. And every time you cross this threshold, you re-aggravate things, you re-inflame things, you injure and cause problems. And this will be sustained forever if you keep doing it. Because what most runners are trying to do is, this is how long they can run for right here without aggravating it, is they try to pull this up, and they try to pull it up from the top. And you really can't do that because every time you cross this threshold, you re-aggravate. And what you need to do, and this is what I told the runner today, is that you need to finish a run and be like, I could have done more, but I want to be successful in this run, and I want to stop running right now and know that I can do it again, and I know that I didn't re-aggravate it. And what that means is, it's really tough because a lot of runners are like, I feel good, I don't want to stop, it feels so good, I want to be out there. And really driving home the point for her and for you is that if you get to the point where you know, like, for her it was 2.5 miles, 2 to 2.5 miles, and she was good and then she wasn't. So I said, let's get you a week or 2 of just getting some consistency rolling. Let's get you 2 to 2.5 miles, and I want you to stop. And your goal for every run that you do right now is to stop without re-aggravating it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to build that consistency. And what we're going to do is we're going to push it up from the bottom rather than pull it up from the top, which is what she's doing. So if we get a bunch of runs that get to this point and just stop, and we never re-aggravate it, what happens is the line does this. It goes up a little bit. So with a little bit of consistency here, you hit a couple runs and you never re-aggravate, the line will shift. And then instead of running 2 miles, you can run 2.5 or 3 miles. So you run 2.5 or 3 miles, and then the line will shift again. And you'll keep shifting that line up and going back to normal. It's very tough to do, especially when you just love to run. You need it as an outlet more than ever with everything that's going on in the world right now. I feel like I could say that whenever, and it still applies. You know, the world's crazy right now, and you really need to be running. But this is a particular time where I think most of us should be running. But if you can just get to the point where you can finish runs and not re-aggravate, that is, it's so powerful, because not only mentally do you feel like, okay, I'm getting there, I'm able to run, I'm able to do something, instead of I'm never going to run again, I'm never going to be able to run past X miles. That's the wrong mentality. That's what we want to try to break runners away from. So just use that. Remember, you want to push it up from the bottom, not pull it up from the top. And real quick, what's really helpful, and I told her today, is that instead of going out and doing a 2 or 3 mile run or 3.5 mile run and re-aggravating it, why don't you do your 2 mile run? You know you're good there, and then go in and get on the bike. Go in and get on the elliptical. Extend that workout out without the impact, and you get the fitness gains. Because that's all really what we're craving, is that fitness and that sweat. So get a short run in, and then go to the bike, go to the elliptical, and get a longer workout. Go to strength work, and that's how you're going to get this thing to recover. And I told you, you're going to recover if you can get out of your own way and push it up from the bottom. So I hope this is helpful for some of you. If you know someone who's injured, go ahead and share this with them. If you want help with your running, be sure to check out the RunSmart app. I put a link in the post. Strength workouts, training plans, everything you need to do to get ready for next year. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll be live tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.